What's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. We are super close to putting the engine back in the bay here, so let's work on it a little bit. We need to be getting this engine bay cleaned up and prepared for the engine to roll under and go back into the bay. So I was doing some work in this a while back with the brake lines and all that kind of stuff, so we got to finish up that stuff, get some wiring out of the way, and just a bunch of little things, so let's get started. First things first here, we got this big harness here. I want to get this out of the bay and like flipped over, put that towel down to keep things from getting scratched up on here. Don't want to mess up the fresh paint, you know. That out of the way, got the clutch line going that way. Now I'm gonna get in here, clean up all this, trash really. It's just stuff left over from wire loom and all that, so we'll get all that out of there as well. This little bit right here was long overdue. There was so much just trash and wire loom and dust and spider webs and just everything under here. It's been sitting for quite a while. All right, so if you haven't been following along, here are our new custom soft line brakes that run out and around. They kind of spider out and go, where they have to go. So I got some aluminum clamps here for some hoses. This should be the right size. I'm thinking about clamping them like this, clamping the 4 of them there since they come out behind the bracket all together. And then I'm thinking about, once they begin to split, these studs back here that are not being used, I'm gonna drill out the hole in the clamp and then run this onto the stud, and then we'll use a titanium nut to lock it down and lock it in place. I think that will work. I think it'll look pretty cool, and it should be fairly easy to do. So let's start. First off, I don't like this edge right here. The brake lines are not rubbing on that, but they are kind of hitting it. So I bought a little something to try to help that out. In my head, this door edge guard stuff will work along this edge here. You put this on the side of your doors to keep from getting door dings and whatnot, but it's sticky inside there. It just slides on, clamps on, and it should provide a rounded, smooth surface so the brake lines are not rubbing against that edge on the bracket there if they happen to touch it. So let's get some of this stuff cut and we'll put it on there. Got a little piece cut here. Let's go ahead and pop this on. I'm probably gonna stick my head right in the way, but I'll try to get down here. We got this piece cut here. It should be plenty long enough. Let's run this. I know I'm blocking the view, but give me 1 sec. Stick that on. Click over, there we go. Boom. I think that will work out great. All right, we got a nice little black edge there now, and you won't notice that really, and it will protect the brake lines from that edge. This looks super cool. So we have a quad hole here, keeps everything nice and together. We have a triple here, which is cool because there's 2 together and then 1 kind of offset, and it keeps it just how it needs to go. Like this one has to go down through here, so we have another triple right here. It splits it off and goes this way. These 2 go to the rear. Obviously some things might change here once we get the, this is where the steering shaft goes in, so we might have to move some things around here, but other than that, I think I might not even have to drill them out like I thought I was gonna have to. I may drill this guy out right here and put it on this stud right here just to do that because it's already so close, but I don't think I have to do what I thought I was gonna have to do here. This looks super nice and clean. We have a double right here, kind of keeps these guys together, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with that actually. I love the look of these brake lines. I am so glad we did these and ditched the hard lines. Now, since we're right here in front of it, there is a lot of paint in this hole right here, so I need to chase it out with a bolt, and then we need to mount the bracket that holds this little hose right here. Just like that. Even got some tie hardware. I'm sitting here in the engine bay and I'm looking and I'm like, I think I want to mount the tank. I've been excited about that for a while, and I've been kind of holding off because I didn't want to scratch it up and stuff like that, so I've been holding off, but since we're going under the engine bay now, it shouldn't be that big of an issue. And if it is that big of an issue, we got other problems because it mounts right here where the frame rail is. And so if it gets damaged right here, there's other problems afoot. With that in mind, let's go ahead and mount the brand new tank. We got full STM, brushed aluminum, everything going in the engine bay. And I have been super excited to put this stuff in there for I don't know how long. Probably since we painted the engine bay, honestly, just to see how it looks and stuff in there. So we got titanium hardware to mount it on there, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead, put this thing together, and we'll stick it in the bay. Oh, that looks so good. This line doesn't run through here. I just have it kind of tucked to the side right now, but oh, that's gonna look. We got power steering tank, coolant tank on this side, and then all the piping and stuff over here will be this brushed aluminum. That gets me excited. I was gonna start tearing into this harness here, and trying to like run things a different way and do things differently. But oddly enough, I think I'm gonna have to have the motor in there to do all that. I've got everything labeled so I know where it goes and stuff like that, but if I'm gonna do it a different way as far as the routing, I need to know where to like put the splits and put the loom and all that kind of stuff, and so I may have to hold off on that. We should have enough room in there once the motor is in there because the subframe's still out, so we have plenty of space back here to work and move around and all that, so I guess I'll wait on that. Also, I went ahead and removed the tape I had on the studs here for the subframe and reminded myself of how gross these things actually were. We gotta get these things sanded up, cleaned up, and we'll Cerakote those. We'll do the Cerakoting later. I can plastic everything off and spray those pretty easily, but yeah, just reminded me of how gross these things actually were. While everything is still out of the bay here and nothing can get like dust and stuff on it from this kind of thing, I want to take the Dremel and a wire brush and kind of sand up the shifter cables a little bit. They're pretty corroded and grody. I may put some black paint on here just to have a coating on them, but I do want to sand them up a little bit and get them looking at least a little bit better than this. These little Dremels, I tell you what, I've gone through about 2 or 3 of them in this whole project, and they definitely put in the work. As I was cleaning these lines, I was noticing that like white splatter stuff was like kind of coming off. I'll try to show it on the screen here as to what I'm looking at, but it was coming off with a lot of work, so I thought I'd just rub it until it all came off. Had to use a little bit of a plastic scraper as well on some of it, but ultimately it did come off, but this took way longer than I thought it was going to. So, after an amount of time that I don't feel comfortable talking about, we got the lines looking pretty good. After I figured out that stuff came off, I'm not sure what that was. I don't know if it was paint or what, but like just this white speckle, like just splatter. I don't know what it was, but with some work, it was coming off. And so we had to rub this hose for I don't know how long, but we got it looking pretty nice right now. And we got these things sanded as well with some red Scotch-Brite, and I think I'm gonna have to paint these things black because we basically rubbed off all of the zinc or whatever coating was on there, and so I feel like it's kind of exposed right now. So we'll spray these black and get them looking good and move on. Precautionary measures taken, let's spray. That looks way, way better. I did not expect it to turn out quite like that, but I'll take it. If you were to ask me, this all looks pretty dang good. We got everything out of the way, all the lines are taken care of, hoses and things, wires out of the way. We should be good to go to get that engine rolled under here and back into the bay. But first, in the next video, we can probably get this engine off the stand, put the clutch on, and get it prepared to bolt up the transmission, all that stuff to it, and then we can roll it under here fairly shortly. So unless there's something that I haven't thought of that we're missing, I think we're pretty close. So thanks for watching. I know this is probably a short one, but I had some time today, wanted to come out here, take care of all this, get it all prepped out and ready to go. So it's one more thing off the list when the time comes. And so yeah, drop a comment down below, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you next time. Bye.